Hey guys, it's FifaRalle here, and welcome to episode 39 of Let's FIFA 13, and we are back on track today after not having an episode out yesterday. And the reason for me not uploading yesterday was because I was working on some uni stuff, but hopefully to make up for it, I'll be able to have an episode out tomorrow, which usually is my day off. So we'll just in this week swap Tuesday and Thursday around regarding episodes. But onto the gameplay here, I came up against a very good opponent. I just couldn't defend in the first half. He scores 2 goals, and I didn't really create that many chances. But in the second half, everything were kind of swapped around. I managed to close him down and create a whole lot more chances. We get a few shots in here, but we didn't get the goal. And in the 62nd minute, I break through. I wanted to go with a few skill moves because he scored with skill moves, and I end up wasting my chance there. But straight from that free kick after the offside, I pick the ball up with Jackson, goes past the defender there with the scoop turn, and I will make it 2-1. And in the 73rd minute, Jackson passes it out to Emerson, who cuts a little bit inside, passes it back to Jaja, who goes past the defender with a ball roll drag back there, and we get the equalizer. 79th minute, we'll find Emerson here. He goes with a few flicks here inside the box, and he will go past the defender there, but it is blocked in the end. So we go into extra time, and I was ready to go on a counter attack there. He had a bunch of players on my half of the pitch, and I was just tapping A when I got that free kick, and stupid mistake because he picks it up with Aubameyang, and in the end it's Lucas to pick up the rebound to make it a 3-2. So I was really annoyed at myself after making that mistake, but I will get the equalizer here with Elkerson to make it 3-3, and we end up going into penalties after a very intense game. So we will both convert our first shots there, and then he steps up with Ibrahimovic, and he will make it 2-1. Elkerson, he can get the equalizer for me, but he gets his hand to it and push it onto the post. So all of a sudden I'm trailing, but I will manage to save his third shot, and if I score with Jaja, it's all even once again, and I do so indeed. And then he steps up with Rubinho, and I will save that shot as well. So not looking too bad. I can get the lead here with Emerson, but it is safe, so all even once again. Pretorius steps up, he will convert it, and I was very nervous when taking this shot. I could have lost it all, but Danilinho will convert it for me. Carlos Eduardo steps up, I will save it, and I can win it all if I score here with a Wellington. I go to the left, he dives to the right, and I will win the penalty shootout after a very intense game. And as you can see, we both had quite a few shots. Most of his shots were from quite far away, so I felt based on where the shots were from, I deserved to go with the win in the end. But as I said, very intense game, and he was a quite good opponent. But we move on into the semifinals of the Gold Cup and come up against a quite nice side there, and I get my first chance in the 25th minute. Michael later on the ball here, going past a few defenders, but the shot is saved, and that's pretty much the picture of the things in the first half. He managed to save and block most of my shots. I get a shot in there with Jadson, and we will pass a little bit around after picking the ball up, and we will find Jadson once again going past the defender there, get a shot in, but once again it blocks. So we go into the second half before I actually managed to break through there with a Jadson through on goal, go past the keeper with a little ball roll, and that is 1-0. And in the 65th minute, we'll find Michael later here out on the wing, not really skilling anyone. He kept on backing off, but in the end I get it through to make it a 2-0. And again he backs off here, so I'll go with a little fake with Bona to Rainbow Flick, and I managed to go past this defender. I take the shot, and a nice goal there from Wallison to make it a 3-0. Looking pretty good, and we have a very comfortable lead, and we are not done there. We'll find a Neymar here, going with a few skill moves here out on the wing, and in the end we'll pass it into the middle to find Jadson. We try out a long shot, and somehow I will pick up a penalty here. I'm not sure why, but we'll get a penalty there, and we'll go step up with our keeper, and we go down the middle over his keeper, and we will make it 4-0. And that is how the game ends, and we move on into the final of the Gold Cup. We might be able to pick up the trophy with our Liga do Brasil side, but we come up against a very pacey Brazilian side there, and he will get the game started in the 20th minute, getting the rebound from the post, And just 2 minutes later, he play an over-the-top ball to Wellington. He will cross it in, find Neymar, and head it in to make it a 2-0. And to be honest, I didn't create anything in the game. I was just closed down all the time. A bad touch from one of my silver players, and that was just a player around me instantly. I will get a goal back there, but just very, very clumsy. And he will make it 3-1 a few minutes later, and he will also get another chance there. I tackle the ball, but Hulk will like push Azevedo off the ball, and 4-1 it is. So I end up losing the final, and I was a little bit frustrated because I don't know how many times I actually ended up losing the Gold Cup with the Liga do Brasil side, and I felt it was time to move on. I guess if it takes too long time, I will move on to a new squad, because it was really fun to play with the Liga do Brasil side. You can do a lot of skill moves and move forward, but defensive wise it's just not the best, and sometimes the silver players did have a bad touch, and if you were up against those really solid defenses, if you had a bad touch, you will close down just instantly. So I felt it was about time to move on, and I go with a Danish-Swedish hybrid, because I know a lot of people like to see Ibrahimovic, and I know quite a few people like to see a Danish squad because I'm from Denmark. But in fact, even though I live in Denmark, I'm half Swedish as well, so I thought it could be pretty cool to mix a Danish and Swedish squad together to both get Ibrahimovic into a squad and also get some Danish players. So yeah, we go with a hybrid there. I will most likely make a loss on Ibrahimovic because I bought him before the team of the season is out today, and his price will most likely drop. But I guess once the League 1 team of the season is out, if there is a league, if that is the exact thing, or if it's not a Northern Europe thing or whatever it is going to be. But yeah, nonetheless, I will most likely be able to sell Ibrahimovic on once he's out in the team of the season, because his regular card will not be out and his price might go up a little bit, and then I might be able to pick up his team of the season card. But that is all for the future. Let's get on to the squad. In goal you have Linegaard, not the best keeper on the game, but still some pretty good stats. Center back we have Aga, and we have Almebæk as well. So not too bad of a duo there as center backs. Right back we have Johansson, a great pace on him, but his other stats are not really anything to talk about, but we'll see how he does. And on the left back we will have a Boylussen. He got alright pace, and his other stats are not really that good. He got high attacking work rate as well, so he might be the weak link in the squad if I'm going to be hit on the counter attacks. Now center defensive mid we have Simling. He got quite good at defending and heading stats. For a silver and alright pace on him for a center defensive mid, he will do the job, and high defensive work rate as well. Now moving on the right mid we have Molins, 84 pace, only 3-star skills, but he got the long shot trait and the flare trait, so he can still pull up some quite nice stuff. Now on the other wing, on the left mid there we have a Sana, 83 pace, 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot I believe, and he got the flare trait as well. And finally on the center attacking mid we have Eriksen, 82 pace, a very good passing and dribbling, and he got the 5-star weak foot and the 4-star skills. Now moving on to the striker force, we have the guy who will score all the goals, Ibrahimovic. You know, I really enjoyed using him in the first season of Let's FIFA 13, and he will return in today's episode, and you'll see a few goals from him, I promise you that. And alongside him we'll have a Gant who's also playing in the Aris division, so he'll link nicely up with Eriksen as well, and he ensures that Eriksen also gets that 9 chemistry. So that is pretty much all for this squad, and we'll get into some gameplay straight away to try out the side and see if we can pick up a win in the Gold Cup. So yeah, we head on into the round of 16, going with the squad, and we come up against well, our first opponent, he decided to quit out, and we go into the next, go up against the next opponent, and he has almost a full non-rare side apart from 3 of the players, I believe, and he was a pretty good opponent. He gets the game started in the 25th minute, but in the 33rd minute, I break through here with Gant. I take a shot, but it hits the post, and I'll pick the ball up once again here, and he only got the 3-star skill moves, but still, you can still get quite far with the ball roll, dragbacks, and fake shots, and I make my way into the box once again. again, but the shot is denied by the keeper. And then in the 41st minute, we'll find Zlatan here. We went a little bit too far with the skill moves, but we'll still get the rebound there to make it 1-1 and get it back in the game. But just before halftime, I can't get the ball out of my box. He will pass it and take a shot. He picks up the rebound there with the header, and somehow it ends up at Rudy, who will make it a 2-1. So we go into the second half, and this is where Zlatan decided to show up. And I just had to adjust a little bit because everything with this squad is most likely going to be through Zlatan because he is the best player overall. And I had a Scandinavian squad in the first season of Let's FIFA 13, and it was also Zlatan just creating everything. But I really do like using Zlatan in that role when he's the player you have to rely on, because he is such a good player once you get him going. And he gets 2 goals, he picks up a penalty as well, and he will of course step up for that to complete his hat-trick. And that is how the game ends and how this episode ends. So yeah guys, I hope you did enjoy it. We'll have another episode out tomorrow, most likely featuring some of the new team of the season players from today, and maybe build a skill squad around that, so we have 2 squads going, a squad alongside the Danish-Swedish hybrid. And that's pretty much all guys. Thank you for watching, I hope you did enjoy it, and I will talk to you later.